Hello and welcome back to Grumpy's Kitchen and Provisions. I'm Grumpy again. So today we're going to do a kind of a greens and very fresh kind of detox soup. So Mrs. Grumpy and myself were on a cruise for the last week, and not that it was phenomenal, great time, but we're going to try to eat a little fresh detox from the cruise, kind of come down. So this is a vegetarian slash vegan, totally vegan option. And so what we have here, we have some carrots, broccoli, ginger, obviously some Grumpy's go-to, minced garlic, about 3 cups of mushrooms we're going to slice up, 5 cups of vegetable broth, stock, base, whatever you prefer, and 2 cups of compacted kale. So let's get going. So we're going to start with our mushrooms. Again, we want about 3 cups. So we'll put them in here and see where we go. Okay, so it's just sliced. So you want them kind of a larger slice because they're going to cook in our broth for a while. So if you do them too small, then they're going to cook down to nothing. So we want them a reasonable size, maybe 1/4 inch or so, but whatever you get will be fine. Obviously they won't disappear. Okay. By the time you compact them down, you got 3 cups there. So good enough on the mushrooms. Next up, we're going to trim our broccoli. So let me show you an easy way to trim the broccoli. So get your bottom side, take your knife, and just cut around the edge of the florets. And then just give them a little whack like that, and you have broccoli florets. So again, I'm cutting right around the edge where the florets are connected, like so. And it is better to use fresh. I mean, if all you have is frozen, but and never buy like pre-cut broccoli. My goodness, just do it yourself. Grumpy's teaching you to survive on your onesie again. So just cut them right at the base of the floret, turn them over, give them one whack like that, or you could break them up with your hands like so. Okay. So, and since this is a stew or a soup, I'm going to go ahead and use some of the stems also. That's good for you, adds some fiber. And so, like I say, since it's going to cook 15-20 minutes, they'll soften up. Okay, so this is just like my broccoli soup. We use the stems too. So just chop those up because obviously they're going to cook a little more than the other. Okay, so there we go. We have our broccoli. So that's about the same as mushrooms, about 3 cups. I'm just going to set that off to the side. Now we're going to go with our carrots. We're going to cut these about 1/2 inch pieces. As it goes up the carrot to the bigger end, I'm going to slice them a little thinner until we get to about part way up. Now I'm going to cut my carrot in half. And now I'm going to go back to a little bit thicker, 1/4 inch or so. Okay, so there you go. We have our carrots. I already have my 3 cloves of garlic minced up, 2 teaspoons of ginger. So this is fresh ginger root. So ginger is a root. So what I'm going to do, and you could peel it with a spoon like a lot of people. I'm just going to kind of go around the edge, just like I'm peeling some fruit, a cantaloupe or something. And we'll do that video at some point also. Okay, so there we go. The peel's off. So I'm just going to get a kind of a small grater, and I could use my microplane for this too, but I'm going to use the small grater. I'm just going to grate. Whoopsie. Don't grate your fingers, whatever you do. Again, 2 to 3 teaspoons of freshly grated ginger. So there's all my things, my mushrooms, broccoli, ginger, carrots, garlic, kale, vegetable broth. So now I'm going to get my pan heating up on kind of a medium-high heat. We're going to start with about 2 teaspoons of olive oil or neutral oil, whatever you want. All right, we got our temperature up about a high we want to get. So we're going to start with our mushrooms, and we don't want them to release all the liquid. So we want to sear them on a pretty high temperature to start. Again, if you weren't doing a vegetarian or it wasn't a detox soup, you could throw a little butter in there to add a little flavor, but we're going to keep this pretty good, pretty healthy, wholesome for the system. Okay, our oil's good and hot. We're going to go in with our mushrooms. So you can hear them sizzling, so we're searing. So as Grumpy said before, if you say you're searing it, you should be hearing it. So again, we want high heat because we don't want them to release all the water. We want to sear the outside. I'm going to go with just another drizzle of oil. I'm going to go in with my 3 cloves of garlic. So again, I'm making this. Mrs. Grumpy, like you say, can't do onions. You could put an onion in this recipe. If you did the onion, you would do the onion first. Do the onion, let it cook till it's translucent, and then add your mushrooms. But since I'm omitting the onion, I'm starting with my mushrooms. Okay, mushrooms have a nice little sear. You can see the bottom of the pan because we're cooking it high. They have not released a bunch of water. So that's what we're looking for when you sear. If you cook it at a low temperature, they will release their water. So now I'm going to go in with my carrots and my broccoli. I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of Grumpy's Go-To. 1 teaspoon. Okay, these veggies are looking pretty awesome. I'm going to go in with my 2 teaspoons of ginger, fresh grated ginger. Now I'm going to go in with a half a teaspoon of turmeric. So that turmeric has a lot of great properties to relieve inflammation and whatnot. And then we're going to go in with some cumin. 1 teaspoon of cumin. We're going to give that a stir till it becomes fragrant. Okay, so now we're going to throw in our 5 cups of vegetable stock, vegetable broth, vegetable base, whatever you have. We're going to bring this up to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer. We're going to cook it for about 10 minutes or so until the veggies are tender. We'll add our kale and we'll be in pretty good shape. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a few more mushrooms that I had left over. You can or you don't have to, whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. You're the boss of you. Okay, so you can see it's starting to come up to a simmer. This is actually where we want it to stay, at this kind of just a light bubble. So I'm going to turn my temperature down. So you can see in here just a little bit of bubbles coming up, moving things around. That's perfect. We're going to bring it back up to a little more of a rapid simmer. We're going to add our 2 to 3 cups of kale. Like you say, these are pressed in, so we had the full amount. So this is going to wilt down. We're going to let that cook 2 or 3 minutes, just until the kale is tender. Okay, so let's get the soup over here. Again, a nice vegan, vegetarian option called Detox. Has all your greens, the mushrooms, the carrots. Oh, look how delicious. Your kale has all the things you need to come down from a cruise. So have a look. Let's have a bite. Let's have a sip, simmer. Wow. So you can the turmeric, the ginger, you can taste the greens. Oh, delicious. So if you want something nice, healthy, a nice way to detox from any meat or sweets or anything else, this is your ticket. So again, thanks for watching. And until next time, I'm grumpy and grateful. Please continue to follow, like, and share. Share, share, share. Till next time, have a great day. Bye.